So it's rides like today that brought me back to motorcycling. If you didn't know, and this is your first time here, my name's Rob and I've been away from motorcycling for the past 30 years. 8 months ago, I purchased my beautiful 2019 Harley Davidson Heritage so I could get back on two wheels and enjoy the freedom, the beauty, the friendships, the riding that comes with getting back on two wheels. Come with me today where we enjoy some of the beautiful Queensland scenery. We're taking the Blackall Ranges. It's about 200 kilometers, maybe a bit over, about a 3-hour ride. The weather is kind of iffy, but it should be okay. I think we'll be fine for the rest of the afternoon. There are some dark clouds. If you want to see some fantastic scenery, some beautiful areas around Queensland, come with me today. Let's get going. Now, if you're watching from overseas, the Blackall Range is here in Queensland, Australia. It dominates the Sunshine Coast hinterland and it's less than 200 kilometres north of Brisbane. And what makes it special? You've got narrow country lanes winding through rainforest, twisty mountain roads that climb up to 480 metres in elevation and some stunning views. All right, so we've just got off the main highway, so I thought I'd stop here. Is the Freedom Machine. Oh, it's been good. She was great getting here. We did encounter some cloud. We got a little bit of rain, just a few showers. So yeah, took it like a boss. It was all good. Anyway, next stop, probably be Rick's Garage. Hopefully there's some parking. It can be really busy. All right, so we're going to Rick's Garage. It's about 7 minutes up the road. Yeah, it's a pretty short ride. It can be super busy, so we'll see how we go. Let's enjoy some of this scenery. And this, folks, is what it's all about. Look at this, beautiful. Just nice, relaxing, cruising, beautiful scenery, smell of the trees. You just don't get that in a car. You just don't. We've got a little bit of dark cloud over there, so hopefully that holds out. When I want to try to do the whole 220 something kilometers, but I don't know. I'm not sure how that's going to pan out. It's just going to depend on the weather. If it starts to really rain, then I'll head home. What do we got here? Some gravel, so just going to go to the outside. This guy's just overtaken someone there by the looks of it. He shouldn't have been, because it's double white lines. Like I said, Rick's Garage. This is a place I saw from Gnarly Harley. So Matt, thanks to you, I know about Rick's Garage. I am thinking something pretty simple, probably a classic burger. I think I'll go and order that. Let's go. This is a pretty cool club. We'll just have a quick look around here. Got all these merch, bit of music. It's actually pretty good. Just got myself lemon lime bitters. Ah, God, that drink's good. All right, so food's finally arrived. Just a little burger. Actually, don't remember the name of it. Chicken burger. Anyway, here it is. So after a burger and a drink, I was ready to tackle the Blackall Range. I had no idea what was waiting for me later in the trip, but I was soon going to find out. Now on this ride, I remember thinking, the weather, it isn't looking that great. And what if I run into sections of the road that are going to be too hard or don't know? I really didn't know much about this trip at all. And I wondered, should I actually do this? But then I thought, you know what? Get on your bike and just get going and everything will work itself out. Now I typically just ride my Harley on the weekend, and this ride was an opportunity for me to get more comfortable with the bike on rides that I don't know. So I had to lean into being a bit uncomfortable with the unknown, and every kilometre, every corner, every moment brought some learning, some familiarity, and more importantly, more confidence, and with that, more enjoyment coming back to riding. And this is exactly why I came back. So I've reached Gerard's Lookout, and wow, what a stunning view. Time to get off the bike and have a little look. All right, we're at the lookout here. There's the bike, but have a look at that view out there. Pretty stunning, huh? You can see way out there. Pretty epic though. Beautiful. This is what it's all about if you want to get yourself a motorcycle and go and explore. This is Gerard Lookout. So Calandra's that way. I've been out here one time before with the family, so it's not the first time I've seen it, but it is the first time I've done it on the bike. It's a different experience. And there she is, my little freedom machine. I think I'm calling her Liberty because she gives you freedom, lots of enjoyment. She's my freedom machine. So after Gerard's, I rode through Balmoral Ridge over to Mullaney, Burrabin, and heading toward Mount Mee. The road started out pretty open, but shifted to getting a little more technical with tighter blind corners and more elevation changes. Now by this time I was really enjoying the views from the bike with the wind and the smells that you don't seem to notice as much when you're driving a car. And this is what motorcycle riding is all about. Then I reached a point near Mount Mee where my navigation had set me down a narrower road where I had to turn around, and I'm still working on my U-turns, and I'm thinking, bloody hell, I I need more space than this to turn around. So I rode along this narrow road, and I was looking for a way to turn around. I eventually found a driveway and pulled into that driveway and used it to get the bike going back in the other direction. There'd been some light rain, and I had a moment that I didn't expect. Fucking hell, it's slippery. Yeah, so the ground was slippery. I felt it immediately when I put my boot down. I could feel it slippery under my boot, and I sort of had this moment where I thought I might drop the bike. And I thought, holy shit, don't do that now. So I managed to keep my Harley steady, being very mindful of my footing when I was turning her around. Away we went, back in the right direction, crisis averted. So that was my first real oh bloody hell moment of the day, and it taught me something important. I needed to keep practicing and building my confidence on tighter U-turns, because just like that, when I needed it, I wasn't quite ready to use it. So after that, it was still continuing to rain, and I was about to experience what I didn't know was the start of Campbell's Pocket Road. So after Mount Mee, I was heading onto Campbell Pockets Road, and that's when the rain started to come down a bit more. It was still pretty light, but it was making me uneasy. So there I was, Campbell's Pocket, being a narrow road, no marked lines, first time riding in the rain since I came back, and I wasn't sure how the bike was going to feel in the rain, so it made me a little bit nervous. Was it going to be slippery? My visor was getting a bit fogged up, my glasses were actually getting a bit fogged up, it was just making me a bit uneasy. But anyway, I had to press on. While I'm riding, I'm saying to myself, why exactly did I think this was a good idea again? And I kind of laughed nervously to myself, but really I had no choice. I was there and I just had to push through it. So Campbell's Pocket in the rain was probably for me the most intense part of the whole ride, mainly because of the wet roads and never having ridden in the rain before, you know, this trip and being back on this bike. So particularly with Campbell's Pocket Road, every corner I was very focused, I was smooth throttle, I had to trust the tyres, and I had not to panic. So I was also watching for oncoming cars because many of these corners are blind, and in my experience, locals, they tend to go a lot faster when they know the roads and they know the corners. And I was it was a pretty narrow road and there wasn't really a lot of room to go to the left, and the left didn't look great either, some parts of the road. Then I thought to myself, this is all part of the riding. This is what it actually means to be back on two wheels. It's not just the sunny days and the perfect conditions. You're gonna go on road trips. Sometimes it's gonna be harder. And when you're out on the road and the weather changes, what are you gonna do? Shit is just gonna happen. So there I was, feeling pretty happy as the road was opening up and I was getting to the other side of Campbell's Pocket Road. So I'd made it out without any drama other than some doubts in my head. So I thought now that we got through Campbell's Pocket Road that I was on the home stretch, and now the rain was actually starting to get heavier, and it dawned on me while I'm riding that I'm supposed to use my rain sock when it's raining. Now, a Harley Davidson has an open air cleaner. The air cleaner is actually exposed here. You're supposed to have a rain sock on when it rains. Now I actually had one. This is the stupid thing. I bought one a few weeks back when I was at the local Harley dealer, and it was in my bags. Now, if the bike had started to splutter, then I would have pulled over. But where I was, I didn't think it was that safe, and the bike was running fine, so I just kind of pressed on. So let me tell you something. My Harley Davidson Heritage, this beautiful machine, it was incredible. It was steady, it was sure-footed, it didn't complain about the rain at all. It just got me home, kilometre by kilometre. It never missed a beat, never felt unsafe. And it always gave me confidence, and it assured me that everything was okay. And that is when I really felt it, the bond, that I really trusted this bike completely, and she didn't let me down. And I have to say, I bloody love this bike. So once I got back on the M1, I was on the home stretch. At this point, I no longer cared about the rain or the concerns I had before going on the ride, and I realized I'd done it. The Blackall Range, Campbell's Pocket in the rain, slippery U-turn where I almost could have potentially dropped the bike, and riding in the rain without my rain sock. I'd conquered my first longer ride on my Harley Davidson. So that was the Blackall Range ride. And I've spent time since then thinking about what that ride taught me. I completed the Blackall Range, one of Harley Davidson's recommended Harley Owners Group rides. My first longer solo ride since coming back to motorcycles after 30 years. And despite a few, nervous moments, it was one of my best days riding by far. It was a fantastic day. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I will say, in the future, when that weather, it doesn't look so great, I'll be putting the rain sock on before I leave. What I realized over the past week is I didn't just build confidence that day. I built a tighter bond with my motorcycle. Every corner, I learnt to trust her. Every moment, she stayed steady. And when I needed her, she did nothing but give me confidence. And this is why I came back to riding. Not for the image, not for the stereotypes, for this feeling. The feeling of freedom, the challenge, the growth, and of course the mistakes you learn from. And lastly, the connection to your bike. If you've been away from riding or thinking about getting onto two wheels for the first time, that pull you feel, listen to it. Don't wait 30 years like I did. Find your freedom, find that bike that pushes you, teaches you, forgives your mistakes, and sets you free. If you've made it this far, thank you very much. You're the reason this channel is growing. Please share any experience you've had in the comments below. I'd love to hear about them. And if you're thinking about returning to riding or you've got questions about getting back on two wheels after a break, drop them in the comments. Also, please like and subscribe because that really helps the channel grow so I can do more of these videos. Take care, everyone. I'll see you on the next adventure.